training it?
Training it. I want to record this though.
What time do you aim to train?
Whenever you're bored, I'll probably just walk and then wait for the bus train. Or I can wait 2 hours for my sister and then we catch the train together. But I like the idea of writing or reading.
What would
on the
you
train.
read?
I have this. The myth of, I don't know how to say the word, Sisyphus. I read a book recently called Nausea, and it like killed me given my isolated and alienated state already. I was like, I don't know what I am. So I am desperately trying to read and encounter like literature and art and just anything to inspire me to have understanding of why I'm alive. Like, why am I living? Because I kind of like lost it. And I was like a zombie for like a good couple of weeks. Like I wasn't even like me. Like I was so unfamiliar.
Well, like losing your job is like pretty, I don't know. I think like losing, like that's a great source of anxiety.
Yeah.
And anxiety can lead to depression. So like it's not like a shock that you were feeling pretty shitty after you lost your job, and but I have great confidence in you to do whatever what your heart desires. I think the most interesting of all of these, well, certainly, I'm very curious about Francis Bacon of Empire, because Empire is something that's like very topical at the moment about like colonialism and everything. That's curious. I imagine he will be in support of Empire because he is one of the discoverers of like.
Who is he? I thought he was an artist. But I'm confused.
Francis Bacon was one of Elizabeth I's courtiers who like went off and discovered in quotation marks, as in like he didn't really discover shit. Let's have a look at it, shall we? So is this whole compilation called The Myth of Sisyphus, or?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, they're just other books.
Oh, I thought it was all of that, and I was like, gee,
cool.
That fits very nicely into this.
It's small.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll. Because at the moment I'm reading Angela Davis, and she's a prison abolitionist.
Oh, what?
Prison abolitionist.
Abolitionist. What is that?
So she believes in the abolition of prisons.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that recently. What was I watching? X-Files. But they had like 2 prison episodes.
Oh.
So I was like thinking about prison. I was like, that's just fucking. It is so bizarre that you just. Well, I was thinking about sex and prisons, and I was like, it's weird that people in prison can't have sex. Like that's something that is denied them. And it's like a basic human thing. Like, but then I'm like, but then what is the point of someone just being isolated in a prison? Like I can't see the point and the rehabilitation of that.
I think part of the
punishment.
Part of the like argument for abolition is the harm that prisons cause, but it's also there's also like a question to be had of like what do we want of our society? Like if prisons aren't the right way of going about it, what then? Like what instead? How do we achieve justice? What is actually the definition of justice? Like, is putting someone in prison after they murder someone actually justice for the deceased? Like, how do we define justice? It's really interesting.
Are there any ideas on alternatives?
Well, in terms of like, I know that in terms of who goes to prison, it's usually poor people, mentally ill, people of colour, people who are marginalised. And then those people go on to lead worse lives after their experience of prison. So we're actually criminalising people and putting them in a worse place off when they began. So taking away their education, taking away their income, putting them amongst other people with lots and lots of behavioural problems and mental illness and everything. So don't know, it's like really counterintuitive for justice. Like, you're actually putting those people in their circumstances back very far as well. So. And also then you've got to think about, if you're putting women in prison, their children are then without a mother. And then there are detention centres for young people as well. So you're actually taking away a person's liberty at a time in their life where they're still developing their personality and learning about what the world is like. And like, imagine you're like 10 and you steal a chocolate bar. And for me, because I'm white, I wouldn't be taken to prison, but I might be taken away from my family because I'm like an Aboriginal person or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. What a really uncomfortable part of the knot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a knot. You know, it's like a system of knots.
System of knots. Are you comfortable?
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of warmth from you. That's good.
Same. Wow. I'd love to live here.
Have you ever been camping?
Well, weird that you ask. I just decided to collect and buy in the past week a bunch of camping gear because I went camping a few weeks before that on top of a mountain, and then I realized I can hold everything I need to camp somewhere in a backpack if I get like small things.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big backpack, but I like a tent, a mattress, a sleeping bag, like anything I could need, I can survive and put it all in a backpack. So I've been collecting a bunch of shit so I can do that. But yeah, I have been camping. Like, I grew up camping.
I'm dying to go camping,
Camp
and I keep
with me.
on like coming across friendship groups who are like, yeah, let's go camping, and I'm like, yeah, let's go camping, and then it never happens.
Yeah. My camping trip was very spontaneous.
All lit up, like,
Have you ever been camping as a family?
yes, once, but my dad didn't come. My dad didn't come on a lot of family holidays, and it's really weird because he was a doctor and he couldn't get leave like from the hospital. And also because like my family like broke down halfway through my life. Like my mum basically operated as like a single parent for a while, for quite a number of years, and she still does kind of. But so like my family can't really sit down, the four of us, for a meal and like properly converse. it always devolves. That's a really good word, isn't it? Devolve. It devolves into fighting. You should listen to Black Bear Lodge Radio.
I listened to some of their Twitch live streams.
Oh, you did?
Those
That's
are
good.
Shandy ones.
Yeah.
But, I haven't made time for music in like the past few months.
You gotta.
I know. It used to be such a big part of my life, but I'm like, it feels weird to just put my headphones in and listen to music in my room.
Yeah, I kept on finding myself going like, maybe I have to do the dishes while I do it, or like, I don't know, like laundry. And then eventually I just became comfortable scrolling through Facebook while listening to that.
Yeah.
And other times, like I was going on a walk and I made time, like, you know, half an hour to listen to it, and then another half an hour another day. It's really good stuff. You got to try it. Aiden's music is good. Whatever you say of him, his music is good.
Nah, it is. I know. He's a big Grace Jones fan, isn't he?
Is he? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know him at all. But
I
like
saw this
from
thing
posts.
that Jimmy Ellis posted, and it was like a bookshelf, and it was like all empty, and it said this would be my music collection without black artists. And that was the
empty.
only thing he commented
Hell yeah.
during the whole of this last 3-4 weeks. Which doesn't surprise me about Jimmy, but it surprised me about Aiden.
Why?
I thought Aiden might be more willing to get a little bit political because of Shandy and because of other stuff.
Yeah, but it's just like a front,
It's a
like a
business
social
move.
media front. Like it's like, should we really? I don't know.
He has 1,000 people.
Create
like,
opinion on
following him.
someone being vocal about their political opinion online.
Well,
It's like,
because
should we
then
shame
I
people
saw-
for
I
not
saw
being
something that was
vocal?
a bit
Like that's
cute.
what's happening. People are like, if you don't say anything about this,
No,
then
but I
you're
didn't
the
shame
problem.
him. I didn't shame him.
No,
I just
not
said
you,
it's
but like other
curious.
people.
It's curious.
Not you.
I'm curious.
But just like in general, like that's like what the attitude is at the moment.
Yeah.
If you're not posting all this stuff,
Well,
then you're not
I saw
helping.
a woman who she was a
Ridiculous.
black model, and she said, "I don't want to hear from you telling me what to do because my brother was killed by police, and I'm in mourning for him. And I've had people in my mentions saying, hey, you know, where are you commenting on this? Why aren't you commenting on this?" She's like, "I'm in mourning. This is my life.
Yeah.
This is triggering for me." Like, exactly. You're right. There's a fine line. There's a fine line between expecting what expectations you have of somebody, but at the same time, understanding their circumstances and for reasons for why they might not be doing that. And they might have, like that woman, like that model, she has legitimate reasons for her silence, like, and she is completely entitled to that. So it's, yeah, you're right. It's an interesting thing because I have also seen, you know, Sampi was, you know, people commented on her and said, "Why aren't you, you know, at this rally? Why aren't you at this action?" She's like, "I'm in hospital with my mental health." She's been having ECT therapy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. It's like they have to apply a light sedation and then they give you seizures.
Give you seizures.
Yeah, they induce a seizure.